Welcome back, everyone! Another month has passed and here we are again. October was another interesting month for KSA and a lot of topics made very nice progress. Mainly parts, more graphics improvements, a new kitten model and even an imminent public release of the pre-alpha. Let's dive right in. We got a nice video of the first kind of finished suit of parts. We see the capsule, the service module, and some tanks and RCS thrusters. According to Daishi, complete with specular, emissive, roughness, metal, normal, and EXR or cube maps. The Brutal engine supports all of these, and it will make for some really detailed and awesome looking close-up shots in the future. A nice screenshot shows some already available parts lined up in-game, including reflections and shadows. Inks posted a screenshot of work that has been in the pre-alpha builds for a longer time already, but can't really be shown because we lack high enough terrain detail on Earth. But he tweaked some internal values and was able to give us this nice screenshot. It shows the terrain erosion feature. I'm not 100% sure what it adds exactly, but I think it adds more detail to generated hills and mountains. This is the progress of a 6-bay service module. You can add specific bay parts to 6 sockets or alternatively radially attach 6 tank parts. Also in the center we can see that the core is hollow. You can either use it for fuel tanks, crew passage or just leave it empty. This is a really interesting one and shows once more how physically accurate the engine works. Thin film is a physical effect that is created by light reflecting off a really thin surface to the surface underneath it. 2 light waves are so close together that they interfere, which creates a color shift. You might know this from oil and water mixtures, heated metal or soap bubbles. A series of videos show updates to the oceans. The first 3 shows current progress on close-up ocean water graphics. They should look way more natural. The 4th video shows local variations of ocean reflections as seen from space. Local winds, wave variations, different depths produce rougher or smoother areas, which result in different reflections. The biggest discussion point in the comments under most of my KSA videos are the kittens themselves. And I expect this video to not change this. Because we got the next iteration of the kitten model. I even made a dedicated video on it. Link is in the description. The new model got a lot more detail. Now we have actual fur. Another big discussion point are the eyes. How do you like them? The next big addition to the model are expressions. Those expressions are also adjustable. How sad do you want your kitten to be? Plus, we got a series of animations. Lastly, we also got a variation with a helmet. After being asked how small vehicles can be, Daishi showed a nice screenshot of some different RCS thruster sizes. The smaller one being only 23 centimeters. He also mentioned that the tiny diameter right now is 1 meter, which corresponds to the Gemini Mercury nose cone, so pretty small. The first smaller body in the game is now Phobos. With just 11 kilometers, it is basically the test body for how good the billboarding works on such small bodies with such high relative deformity. Looks quite nice so far, I would say. A new part is being developed, the first engine. It is going to be inspired by the Erosion LR91, the engine that was used for the second stage of the Gemini launch vehicle. We got a glimpse of a very early debug version of the part editor. The rotation utility looks very familiar. Lynx did some impressive work on the detail of ground textures. Just look at this comparison image, it's incredible. This also applies to other bodies, of course, like the Moon or Phobos. Ian posted some nice shots of New Zealand from space and a close-up of Canterbury Hills that shows the new erosion feature at work. What you see here is not the Gemini model that we all know by now. No. This is one completely made of parts now. An animation shows the engine part that we saw earlier already, but now with proper textures. I already love the style of that. Really looking forward to when we can first make use of it and build our first own rocket. By the way, would you like me to group posts together that fit together, like this engine part and the previous engine part chapter, or do you want me to keep them chronologically correct? Let me know in the comments. BlackRag posted an update on atmospheric transmittance and ambient lighting. Thanks for directly posting before and after comparison images, BlackRag. These are really super useful to see the actual difference. You can clearly see that the lighting is more soft now, and what is really impressive is how the lighting now brings out details that before were in absolute pitch black shadow. Tiny info on the side. As you can see on the last screenshot, there has also been improvements on the ground collision detection. Vehicles are no longer hovering over the ground anymore. Super nice. Dean gave a very detailed development recap of year 1 of KSA development. This is too much. For the summary to go into each section, I'll upload a dedicated video on that and link it in the description. To sum it up here, technological challenges have been tackled very well, and the sometimes new and exotic approaches proved to work super nice. The most important update for you guys, the public build is imminent and is considered acceptable by the team. Basically, next week it will be decided if we will get the public build or not, but chances are high that we will. Apparently including a way to make monetary contributions, of course, optional. And of course, as always, I want to showcase some notable commits. A whole set of parts has been implemented. We got some fuel tank parts, the medium service module, the medium capsule, RCS thrusters, and one of the Gemini capsules is now properly created of those parts. The new Gemini craft, the one that is made of parts, is now the default vehicle that you spawn into when starting the game. What a month again. Let's hope that in the next month's summary video I can report that the public release has happened indeed, but I'm pretty confident it will. See you either in the next video, if a big update happens, or in next month's summary video. Of course, if you don't want to miss any of the KSA videos, feel free to subscribe. Bye bye!